Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining here with me today. My name is Anthony. I previously came from a prop tech company in San Francisco, and really caught wind of Utopia Homes while I was at that previous tech company. And once I learned more about this tech company, I actually reached out to the leadership team at Utopia Homes. I actually messaged Subodh or SR on LinkedIn, and fast forward today, joined as a team member. Very excited myself about the mission that Utopia Homes is executing on, and excited to have everyone here gathered to share more on Utopia's mission to make homeownership accessible to all. And for the purpose of this video, we want to share with our customers, our agents, and anyone else interested to learn more about Utopia Homes. So today, who we have with us is the founding team. We have the CEO with us here today, Lord. We have the Chief Operating Officer, SR or Subodh, and we have the Chief Marketing Officer, Max, as well. And we're also joined by Avi, who is the Head of Engineering. So I wanted to thank you all for taking the time here to speak with me today, and with our viewership as well. Anyone who's interested in purchasing a home through Utopia Homes. So can we briefly go around?
I have a dog. I apologize.
No worries, Max.
So sorry.
So if it's no trouble, can we briefly go around and everyone give a quick intro to kick things off?
Sure. I can kick off. Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Anthony, for organizing this, inviting me, us here. So I have spent 20 plus years in consumer and mortgage banking with focus on risk management. Prior to Utopia, I work as a chief risk officer for Keller Williams Financial Services. The company is a well-established name in the housing industry and known for its largest real estate agent network and the entire ecosystem in the housing market. Before that, I was with Citibank for almost 19 years. There, my last role was the chief risk officer for U.S. retail bank and mortgage. I had the opportunity to work through the different mortgage cycles before, during, and after the great recessions of 2008 and 9. Wow. I have a PhD in economics. Utopia has given me a unique opportunity to leverage my mortgage and risk management experience to address the most pressing social issue in our country today, homeownership.
Awesome. That's an impressive background right there. Next, anyone else want to share their background?
I can go ahead and do that, guys. So my name is Max Moreira. Glad to be here with you guys to talk about Utopia. My background, well, bachelor's degree in computer science, MBA school focused on marketing and strategy. That's where I met my friend and our CEO, Lord. It's been, a little while, right, Lord? And here we are. My professional experience, starting out as a programmer, and then moving into strategy and marketing in companies such as Johnson & Johnson, Edwards Life Sciences, GE, and for the last few years, I've been doing consulting, focusing on management and also on lean methodology.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Max.
I guess I can go next then. Hey guys, my name is Avi. As Anthony was saying, I'm the CTO of the company. My background is also in computer science, so I graduated with a degree in computer science. And since then, I've been working mainly in the tech and finance field. So I was originally a quant for Wells Fargo. And then since then, I've had multiple roles at startups. I was the director of engineering for a climate startup out in Europe. And I've also done my own startups before helping found Utopia.
Wonderful. Hi, everyone. My name is Lord Munjal. I'm a co-founder CEO of Utopia. Before founding Utopia, I had founded and scaled another venture capital-backed company in health tech space called Dr. Insta. And then before that, I had founded a venture capital fund in the form of Brahmax Ventures. Prior to that, I was with a friend of mine here, SR, at Citi. I was the CFO for Citi Holdings, a division of Citibank. While I was on the finance side of the operations, SR was on the risk side of the Citi operations. Before that, did a long stint with Bank of America Merrill Lynch in investment banking, high finance, risk management, and a few other functions. Prior to Bank of America Merrill Lynch, I was in management consulting, where financial services sector and TMT, technology, media, telecom sectors were my key focus areas. Before that, I also did a couple of stints in M&A with some leading banks, including Lehman, and also did a stint with Kaufman in venture capital space. Academically, MBA from Indiana University, Bloomington, where I had Max as my friend and batchmate, and CFA from CFA Institute, Virginia. In my spare time, I like to travel, try out new things, and chat with many of my good friends who came together to found Utopia with me. So happy to have you here.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for sharing. Now our viewers know the strong background that this company has. This was a huge reason why I was excited to join, but glad that all of our viewers here today are now up to speed. Wanted to dive into kind of the how Utopia got started. So for any viewers curious about the beginning days, can you kind of walk me through kind of those early conversations, how Utopia got started, what innovations led you to this vertical specifically, why you were impassioned to kind of kick things off here with Utopia Homes?
Sure, Anthony, I can take that. So Anthony, we saw a huge problem in this space, in the real estate space in our market. And I've been watching this space for a couple of decades, just like SR, have a strong background in real estate finance. And we saw that millions of people, despite their desire to become homeowners, are not able to secure mortgages, whether it was at Citibank or Bank of America Merrill Lynch, so two of the top 5 mortgage originators of the country. We were failing these customers because of one reason or the other. The 2 key reasons were, one, maybe they did not have good enough credit scores. And the second one was maybe they are early on in their career journeys and do not have the down payment that they need to buy a property. Also, we saw that the people who buy homes, end up saving a lot more than people who purely rent, because government incentivizes them in the form of tax benefits, and then property prices appreciate. And when you use leverage by putting down some and taking a loan from a bank to get your mortgage, and property prices appreciate more than the rate you're paying, which is over the long term very true, then the wealth gap between the homeowners and renters increases multifold. Last time I checked, the wealth gap between the homeowners and renter was 40 plus times, which is mammoth. Wow. So figured that, out of 100 million households, 65 million households are already homeowners. But then 35 million households are renters, huge market. And we dissected that population closely and felt that in our waterfall analysis that there are like 7 million people, or 7 million households actually, so multiplied by 4, 28 million people who could get benefited from a program like Utopia, which is what led to the genesis of our creating this program. It's one of its kind program, far better than anyone else have ever seen in this space. That's why we give a money back guarantee on our program to all our customers. And the market is also huge. Think about it, that we can right off the bat help 7 million households. And if you multiply it by the average home price of $350,000 in the country, then 7 million multiplied by 3.5 would give you a market close to $2.5 trillion. And if you look at all our competitors included, although our program is superior, but their program has been around for a longer time, and yet the total market captured by them is probably less than 30,000 homes, all included. Now, I will remind you that the denominator here is 7 million households, and numerator is 30,000. So you can do the math yourself that it's barely less than 0.5% of the households which have been helped with the rent-to-own solution. So we developed a program in Utopia called Rent, Earn, Own. And we have been in the market for the last 6 months. We were strategic enough to expand into over 26 states in the last 6 months with the help of the core team here. So I hope that answers your question about what led to the situation or circumstances leading to the founding of Utopia. I think the seed was sown over 20 years back, and we saw that problem persisting for the last 2 decades. And that's what made us found Utopia here.
Awesome. Can completely agree. In the customers that we're speaking with today, there is a huge interest towards it. And we are finding a solution for these customers that are getting rejected from mortgage loans, and we're finding solutions for them. So it definitely is an exciting space to be in just for that reason. It is extremely rewarding. So for anyone interested towards applying as a customer today, how would you describe how the prop tech like rent to own model works in a quick short summary there for anyone that might be interested?
I can take a stab at that one. Okay, so in very simple terms, rent to own works like this. The client or the home buyer rents the home that they would like to live and buy at a later date. So they live, they rent, they buy it later. How does that work specifically? The client signs a rent-to-own agreement or rental agreement with Utopia, for example. They will choose the home with the help of a real estate agent. Then they will move in, they will live in that home while they get mortgage ready. Besides the actual rent, they pay a specified amount, an extra amount that will go towards the down payment once they become mortgage ready and decide to buy the home. Usually this takes about 2 to 3 years, maybe a little bit more, depending on the customer. Most people become mortgage ready within 2 years, give or take. And it's important to stress the fact that they have the option to buy at the end of the period. They don't have the obligation to buy. So in a nutshell, that's how it works.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Max. That flexibility piece is definitely a strong suit in today's market, right? So kind of with Utopia, we are assuming more of the risk for them. So more of a reason for them to come to us as customers.
Exactly.
So if someone we're considering right now, so they have Utopia Homes and they have the traditional mortgage route to pursue. So they're talking to a bank, they're talking to Quicken Loans, they're talking to Loan Depot, versus Utopia's rent-to-own model. How would you describe Utopia Homes being different from that traditional path?
Yeah, Tony, let me take this one. I think home buying is a costly affair. And we know that a mortgage is a type of loan that homeowners use to finance the purchase of the home. With a mortgage, one can buy the home now and pay down, the purchase price over time through regular installment payments. However, to get the mortgage loan, we know that customers require strong credentials like very good credit, substantial and stable income, and manageable liabilities besides other criteria. Utopia rent-to-own program is suitable for those who may not be mortgage ready, or as Lord just discussed, or near mortgage ready. You won't have to meet the stringent criteria of a mortgage, but you will still have the opportunity to live in your dream home today with the option to buy it back later at a guaranteed price. So I think that's the key difference between a typical mortgages versus our rent-to-own program.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, SR. And that's one of the most rewarding parts about being on these calls with customers, because they have been getting rejected for up to 6 months to a year. Then we get on the call with them and they're excited. We really unlock the door to allow them to home shop. So awesome. So in this space, in this rent-to-own prop tech space, there are different players that are out there, different competitors and innovators. Curious to know, how is Utopia kind of distinguishing themselves, and how are they slightly different maybe from other rent-to-own models or paths to homeownership that are in this space?
Well, I'm going to talk about one specific thing among many. Our eligibility criteria for customers is very diverse, is very inclusive. And what do I mean by that? Let me give you an example. Our FICO score that is required is 550, which is much lower than than what's out there, you know. In our mind, this goes hand in hand with our mission to make homeownership available to all. If you're less strict on the requirements, more people will be able to use your services or to use our services. That in itself, to me, is a big differentiator. Any other idea, guys?
No, I mean, I can jump in as well. I mean, I think Max touched on some key topics. I will take it to, you know, compare and contrast with some of the competitors, I would say, and also the typical mortgage companies. So we don't think that our product compete with the mortgage product, period. Because if the customer is ready and is able to get a mortgage loan today to buy their Utopia home, we will encourage them to do so.
Yeah.
But that said, that, you know, as Lord just pointed out a whole bunch of stats, and those are striking numbers. We have less, the market is so large for this rent-to-own programs because there are tens of millions of customers, I mean, who are actually on the fence, either because of their current credit scenarios or because of the current ongoing economic conditions, which is keeping them away. And Utopia program and rent-to-own programs are providing them that new tool where they can become homeowners today. So I think personally, I don't see a competition. In fact, this is an alternative financial solutions for the customers who wants to own a home today by leveraging these products. And I think there is a lot of interest from the customers as well as from the investors about the rent-to-own programs. And still, there's not much competition. We all have room to play.
Building off that, when I was researching and learning more about Utopia Homes, the Utopia wallet offering for customers, that stood out to me specifically the most. And I think all potential home buyers should be listening to this next question. To my understanding, this Utopia wallet offering, it uniquely differentiates Utopia from the competition that is there. There is a huge market, yes, but I think this really separates Utopia as being the winning option. So can you kind of briefly walk me through, and for all of our viewers here listening, the Utopia wallet, how it works, and how Utopia customers specifically benefit from that?
Sure. I think I can take that question, Anthony. So Utopia wallet is one of the key feature set of our program that we offer to our customers as a way to build enough down payment so that they are ready to buy the home between the time they move into the home on day 1 and end of year 3. And the way it works is Utopia wallet has a lot of, you know, saving features built into it. One is that for every monthly payment that a customer makes, a small percentage of it, ranging from 10 to 20%, gets contributed to this wallet and stays in that wallet. Also, at the beginning of the program, when they make a down payment to Utopia, which could range from 1 to 3%, depending upon their credit profile, then for the first 2%, we offer a Utopia contribution into the wallet for the customer. So in plain math, for a $400,000 property, let's say a customer has put down $8,000. And now what we do is at the end of every year, we contribute 20% return on this $8,000 into the wallet for the customer to use to make the payment for the final purchase of the home when they are mortgage ready. So for $8,000 in this example, you end up saving $1,600 every year. So at the end of 3 years, you basically get a gift of $4,800 from Utopia alone into the wallet that you can use for your down payment when you're already mortgage ready. So that's the second biggest attribute of Utopia wallet, setting our customers up for future success in their journey toward becoming a homeowner.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, so I think this is huge. Yeah, SR, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think the part which is, Lord just touched upon, and this is is the most unique, and also pretty often it has been ignored when customers are reviewing the program features, is this return on their initial deposit. So if you take an example, let's say $200,000 property, and you put a 2% down payment when you enter in the program, and Utopia buy that $200,000 property for you, we expect the customers to bring $4,000, 2% deposit. We understand that this money is coming from somewhere, some savings. And so we offer a return of 10 to 20% to the customers. And if you enter in the program, remain in the program, and you buy home after 3 years, Utopia keeps adding $800 every year based on your initial $4,000 deposit. So by the end of the third year, you had your $4,000 of deposit, and you got $2,400 additional amount on top of it, a 60% return on the initial deposit over 3 years period. That is something we feel very proud and we can offer, and this is much better than any interest rate offered in the market today. So that's that.
Awesome. And can't speak more highly enough about that. So for any listeners there, if you put a 2% down on a $200,000 home, you will, over the course of 3 years, you will get $2,400 in additional cash from Utopia to go towards your down payment. So some exciting stuff there. So some of our viewers may be interested to know, how is Utopia leveraging like tech today? And can you kind of walk me through the application process?
Yeah, I can kind of take over that question. We use technology very extensively to both help our customers and our agents. For example, on our customer side, we want to make it the Utopia Homes platform just the easiest and most simple way for customers to both onboard and then from there, access their application. One example of this is basically we do instant credit verification. So the moment that you basically send in your application, we are able to take in all the information that you've given us, and we can build an instant credit report for you. And then from there, we can provide a very fast kind of pre-approval process, basically giving you a number that we feel very certain that you'll be pre-approved for. And then the actual pre-approval process is also very quick. So, the actual approval process is very quick. So once, we've given you the actual pre-approval number, the process then of getting the actual number for you is, fairly quick as well. So on our agent side, we've created very extensive dashboards that basically allow our agents to basically track both their customers that they bring on board and their agents. So if they bring on board customers, they'll get a commission for that. Going deeper into that, basically what that means is, through our dashboards, an agent can, understand where their customers are at in their own application process. So they'll be able to see, okay, I brought on these many customers, I've invited these many customers, and other customers I've brought on, they're in this level of the application process. And along with other agents as well, they can see where how many agents have been invited, how much of the invitations are pending, how much have actually been onboarded onto the platform itself. And I think it goes to kind of the principles of Utopia Homes in general. We really want to make the platform itself the easiest and just the fastest for both customers and for agents. So a lot of the features that we build for both our customers and agents are really towards that goal, in making it the fastest and easiest platform for both our customers and our agents, essentially.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Avi. And can attest to that when our customers do apply, they get approved very, very quick. So if you're a customer looking to shop this weekend, you should look to apply right now, so we kind of get you out there shopping. In terms of these customers that are finding and utilizing Utopia's platform, What is the typical profile of customers that we're seeing today that are finding Utopia, telling us about a little bit about their home buying journey so far? Can you kind of walk us through the type of customers that are filtering through Utopia's platform today?
Sure. So the kind of customers who are coming to the Utopia platform are the ones who are not mortgage ready yet primarily. These could be hardworking, salt of the earth individuals in jobs which are very well needed by our society, but might not be paying them the top dollars. So think about police personnel, firefighters, nurses, ambulance drivers, moving industry individuals, a lot of contractors, a lot of self-employed individuals. Mortgage industry has a bias against this segment because there is not enough discretionary income, and for all these customers, programs like Utopia work very well to make these people homeowners sooner than they would have on a usual path.
Let me also chime in a little bit. If you look at some of the current profile of our customers today, I mean, it's typical customers who are getting their mortgage loan declined. Someone who is in the process of rebuilding their credit. They had blemished credit, but they are making an effort to improve on credit, and they're not getting typical mortgages. They are the one who are coming to us, and we are working through them as low as FICO, as low as 550. We are also seeing customers who have major life events, and they are pulling things together and they are restarting their new life. So we are seeing those customers who have past history and now they have a promising future. Similarly, we are also seeing some folks who are entering in the job market recently in the last 12 months. They had a very low income in the beginning in the last 3 years time period. And if you go to the mortgage companies, they are looking a very sustainable, stable income over a long period of time. At Utopia, we are looking at more promising future income flow and looking at how it has been coming into play. So we are seeing customers like that also in our portal. So, I mean, those are some of the unique characteristics which make intuitive sense. And those are the customers who are also having hard times in today's high rise, high interest rate environment. They're getting decline on the mortgage side.
Awesome. So wanted to thank you all here today for your time and answering these questions, getting our customers who are excited about Utopia, ready to get out there and start home shopping as soon as they want. So wanted to thank the founding team here today for your time and for answering these questions. For anyone looking to apply to Utopia, our website is www.utopiahomes.us, or you can email us directly at hello@utopia.cx. We look forward to connecting with you, getting in contact with you as a customer, as an agent, and feel free to find us on LinkedIn and connect with any one of our team members here soon.
Thank